Welcome to Spiedel's California Minute. I'm your host, Catherine Zidane. This week we're covering reporting issues for workers who are classified as California employees and federal independent contractors. For more information on this topic, attend Spiedel's 2-hour webinar, Avoiding Worker Classification Penalties, on June 25th. You can get details and register at caltax.com under webinars. Prior to the enactment of AB 2257 in 2020, for income tax purposes, a worker who was an independent contractor for federal purposes was treated as such for California purposes as well. However, AB 2257 changed this so that a worker who is classified as an employee for California labor law and payroll tax purposes is an employee for California personal income tax purposes as well, even if they are not classified as an employee for federal income tax purposes. You have to use California numbers, not federal numbers, to compute California income tax, the earned income tax credit, and the individual shared responsibility penalty imposed against California residents without health care coverage. If the worker is considered a California employee, the worker's earnings have to be treated as wages on their California return, and their expenses have to be treated as unreimbursed employee expenses, which are still allowed to be claimed on the California return, and not Schedule C expenses as had been allowed in the past. Although AB 2257 converted app-based drivers to employees, voters rejected this approach by approving Proposition 22. So now drivers working for companies like Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash are independent contractors for both federal and California purposes. Now, taxpayers who are independent contractors for federal purposes and employees for state purposes have to recompute their California income tax returns as if they had filed a federal return as an employee rather than as an independent contractor. This means that these taxpayers will be required to make Schedule CA adjustments to report their federal Schedule C income as wages on their California returns. On Schedule CA, in the federal column, you will list the items as they appear on the federal return and then make the following adjustments. For reporting income, add the gross amount of independent contractor income as California wages from the W-2 on Part 1, Section A, Line 1, Column C, and subtract the net Schedule C income reported on their federal return on Part 1, Section B, Line 3, Column B. For reporting itemized deductions, add the amount subtracted for self-employed health insurance to medical and dental expenses on Part 2, Line 1. These will be deducted as medical expenses subject to the reduction of 7.5% of federal AGI without any California adjustments. And take the deductions related to the Schedule C income reported as wages for California purposes, including wages paid to employees, as unreimbursed employee expenses on Part 2, Line 19. These are miscellaneous itemized deductions subject to reduction of 2% of federal AGI without any California adjustments. If the taxpayer has some income treated as self-employment income and some treated as wages for California purposes, allocate expenses based on a reasonable method. When making adjustments to income, add back the deduction for self-employment tax on Part 1, Section C, Line 15, Column B, and add back the amount taken as a self-employed health insurance deduction on the federal return back into income on Part 1, Section C, Line 17, Column A. California automatically conforms to federal pension law. Do not make an adjustment for the pension contribution because California conforms to federal pension laws, so the deduction is still allowable for California purposes. Spiedel's online research package is your personal office library that can be referenced day and night to solve clients' tax problems accurately and efficiently. A subscription includes access to Spiedel's federal and California tax letters, Spiedel's analysis and explanation of California taxes, tax code and regulations, agency publications, tax cases and appeals, and more. For details, visit caltax.com and click Publications. That's all for this week. Join us next time for another episode of Spiedel's California Minute.